Check, check. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Mic check. Sounds good. All right. We got one person in here. I would assume it's wired tight. What's up, dude? I sent you a message about that MIDI stuff for GarageBand, by the way, in our messenger. So make sure you check that out to make sure to see if that's applicable to the version you have, and that you can use that with that platform. Real quick, first off, welcome anyone in here, and welcome to all the new people that'll be coming in. Monthly Q&A. So just talking with the chat really this time and answering some questions. I did not get any community post questions this time, so hanging out with everyone. Shirt of the day. Deeds of Flesh. This is the alt artwork for the album Portals to Canaan. Love that album. Good technical death metal. Highly recommend. Check it out. Hey, Josh. What's up, man? Welcome, welcome. What's my favorite position on the fretboard? Man, I don't know, man. There's a lot of chords I like. There's a lot of rhythms I like to play. I mean, I like playing breakdowns as much as, doing crazy fast tremolo stuff or whatever. So, whatever's the flavor for whatever I feel like doing or what the project needs that I'm working on. So I'm all over the place with it. And yeah, you're welcome, man. Yeah, hopefully that helps. If you have any other questions on getting MIDI imports for GarageBand, let me know, and I'll try and find some other resources for you. Josh. What's up, man? But yeah, no community post questions this time around. Nobody posted any. So just answering questions in the live chat, talking with everyone here, and hanging out for a little while and doing our thing. So, and it is happy hour, Thirsty Thursday. I ain't doing anything, so I've got a copper ale. Cheers, everyone. You want to say hi too? Okay. Per the thumbnail, Chi-Chi says hello as well. She says hi. Say hello. Yep. Yeah. She's got to say hi at least once, Hey, Betty, what's up? What's up, man? Thanks for tuning in. Again, shirt of the day. Deeds of Flesh. Awesome band. Go check them out. Well, they're kind of together still, kind of not. Craig Peters, the guitarist, kind of fronts it now. Eric Lindemark passed away, who was the frontman of the project, founder of that project. He also founded Unique Leader Records. He passed away a few years ago, but they put out an album after he passed that was material they were working on, and then they got a bunch of other musicians to kind of pitch in for that album, but they haven't done anything since, so I don't know if they're going to do another album or not, but Portals to Canaan, fantastic album. Driving and chatting, you're out of control. What's up, man? Hell yeah. Cheers, everyone. It's a nice, relatively chill day here. Not like chill outside. I think it hit about 80 degrees out today, but which is getting warm for us where I am. I know some of y'all are dealing with hundreds and, temperatures in the hundreds, so hydrate. Not just beer, water too. You guys are out of control. Hello, everyone new coming in. Say hello in the chat. Ask a question. This is back and forth Q&A and just kind of hanging out, talking with people. I do this once a month. There was no community post questions from the post I made there, so just right out the gate, shooting the breeze with everyone here. So, anyone new coming in, shirt of the day, Deeds of Flesh. Check them out. Yeah. Fire away with any questions, any topics you want me to talk about, whatever. You know, nothing's really off the table. Just kind of hanging out for about 2 hours. And then yeah, I'll go take my happy butt over and make some food for dinner and all that. But yeah. Bacon. Yes. Brown coat. Bacon is always the correct answer for food. You can put bacon just about with anything. Just about. I do love my bacon. Had some really, really tasty jalapeno poppers last night. Not sure what I'm going to do tonight, though. It's kind of up in the air. Tomorrow or Saturday, doing some of my homemade fried chicken. Bacon and 42 are almost interchangeable. Almost. You're right. Almost. Ooh, Thai food from Josh, Martin Frontiersman. Thai food. Nice choice. They got some good Thai food places here in my area. And again, welcome everyone coming into the chat to the live stream. Say hey in the chat. Ask a question, topic you want me to talk about, whatever. And yeah, we're just hanging out, having a little fun. Everyone's socializing in the chat, and I'm interacting. So I didn't have any community post questions this time, so we're just winging it. Curry is delicious. And I tend to like yellow or green curry more than like red curry, but they're all good. They're all good when done right. Homemade hibachi, teriyaki, nice. You got some good grub going on tonight. That's what's up. Diminishing returns on rifles, and where is that point? As in the context of an investment for resale later, or in rifle setup, or little bit more context there. But that's a good initial start off for that question. John Doe saw that Germany is taking guns away from their political right. What do you think? I think that is a totalitarian overreach, and people are going to need to file lawsuits and fight for their rights. I mean, it's already a pain in the butt in a lot of Europe, especially Germany. Now, some things are cool because you can just mail order ammo, and I mean, you can mail order ammo here too, but you can mail order ammo right to your door. Suppressors, silencers, whatever you want to call them. Like all that, like that's pretty based. But a lot of the other restrictions that they have are not cool, and them doing that is some serious political malfeasance that needs to be corrected immediately. Made falafel yesterday. Ooh, nice. Fried chickpea balls. FALs. This year, FALs are, I think, 71 years old. Yeah. They started production in 1953. So this year, FALs are 71 years old. Right arm of the free world. Still going strong. Still used in multiple countries around the world in national militaries, apart from your like African conservation wildlife rangers and game wardens and stuff. Various rebel forces around the world. A lot of national military forces still. I mean, Brazil's police force, like, still going strong. It's gonna be a long time till that rifle fully disappears off the face of the earth. Brown coat, let's go. Rifle setup. So diminishing returns with rifle setup. You know, it really is whatever's your flavor, but there are some things that are just impractical and just don't make sense. Red dot magnifier combos, and a lot of people are gonna when they hear that, but that is a diminishing return because it is much more niche of an application than a fixed magnification RCO rifle combat optic or an LPVO or whatever. Mostly for urban warfare, for urban combat. That's really where it shines. Its capabilities outside of that are much more limited compared to other more practical full spectrum use combat optics, like your ACOG and your SLX and LCAN and things like that. Rifle setups, otherwise, I mean, diminishing returns just when you have too much crap on it that you don't need. You know, there's Alpha Charlie Concepts, John, UW Gear. He just put out a video today, kind of, again, rehashing a lot of the topics like that, where everybody is just switching to the next new trend of the current thing going on, where, hey, you need to look at your regional application and what's actually going to work for you better, and look at what's worked in the past for regions like that where you are, and look at the applications there, because there's a lot of things, super high riser mounts and all that stuff you don't need. And it gets to the point where it's ridiculous and you're just adding a lot of unnecessary stuff to your rifle. Same with the pressure pad stuff that Josh and I have talked about lately too. Like, there's certain things you don't need, and just aren't applicable for you. And that's where that's a diminishing return, apart from, you know, what do you expect out of the longevity of a performance of a rifle, you know, for the long term. Quality parts, especially internal parts, do matter. They do. Because if you're, especially if you're in a situational application, if you're in the expectation that you're going to see a lot of unfortunate contact, that thing's got to perform, you know. So that is something to consider too. You know, you don't have to go crazy and make a $2,800, $3,500 rifle, but at the same time, you know, the certain components with budget rifles, you need to make sure certain components, especially the internals, are good quality and are going to hold up. So you need to look at you know, the metal and, you know, things like that. Also, the lubricants you're using. CLP sucks. A lot of oils in general just suck. You need to use something that's thicker. Typically, greases and stuff are really good to go too. Certain automatic transmission fluids are actually really good to use too. It just really depends, you know. So you need to look at regional application apart from just what's sensible for a rifle setup. So that's really all I can say about it. To where it gets past that point and it's just ridiculousness and it's just straight consumerism and the next big thing where it's not applicable and it's not going to be beneficial to you in the long run for your area. M14. Cool rifle, FAL G3 or better. At least as a combat rifle. That's all I'll say about that. I do love the M14 and the M1A, but the other ones are better. They perform better. They handle austere conditions better. Less temperamental and finicky to run as well. Fight for your right to party, absolutely. Dude, I love FALs, Fatty. I do. I love FALs. I love my FAL. Obviously, you saw the thumbnail. I had to throw it in there. Backstages later if anyone want to join. I mean, yeah, I do my lives for like 2 hours. So about 1900 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'll be done here. And then I can pop in wherever. I will need to make supper at some point, but you know. Brown coat, I'll say this, just swapped out my barrel. GPR is a LaRue barrel that's near $400. Yeah, no, in quality barrel, right? LaRue makes good stuff. Original barrel, PSA Freedom barrel. Yeah, they shoot out. Yeah. Some of the nicer lines of PSA, they do use like Roscoe barrels and stuff. So I mean, you have that, but Delton, all right. Red lithium axle or white, and that's that. Yeah, I use Milcom TW25B grease personally, weapons grease. It performs, especially here, especially during the winter, the extreme cold winters that we get. Like, it performs excellent. Astroglide is water based, Modern Frontiersman. You don't want to use that. White lithium grease is good. Yeah, no, you can just use white lithium fatty. You don't need to mix it with gun oil. If anything, mix it with ATF, automatic transmission fluid, if anything. But I wouldn't even do that, honestly. You don't need to. That was good. Those were some good points, good questions there. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. We'll keep this party train a rolling. Beer. This is a Alt Brew Copperhead Copper Ale. Nothing crazy, but it is tasty. Nice malty finish on it. Cheers, everyone. Yeah. Keep them coming with the questions. Keep firing away. Topics, whatever. Old school Metallica or Megadeth? I mean, like, yeah, like the early like first couple albums from Metallica are good. And same with Megadeth. I mean, I would put them both on a level playing field. My choice would actually be Slayer of that era. Slayer. Um, Metallica fell off after like their third album, whatever, and Megadeth, great riffing and everything. I never really liked Dave Mustaine's voice all that much. So the only thing about Saint Anger was the snare drum, and everyone hates the snare drum. But I listen to a lot of like gore grind, and that snare, that trash can, almost piccolo tinny snare sound is very common in that subgenre too. So I quite like that sound for that style and stuff. That was the only redeeming quality, in my opinion, for that album. Nothing else was good about it. What do I think about Muse, the band? I mean, they're just kind of just general alt rock, you know. I don't really listen to them. I got some friends that are really, big fans of them, and it's something to have on in the background or whatever, Nothing that stands out to me personally. NoFX, old NoFX, good punk, but again, I never really listened to them all that much. I mean, I got into like thrash and death and black metal pretty early on in life, so I was always like kind of stuck to that. Obviously there was that early phase where discovering punk bands and everything. Early NoFX was good. So Slayer a few years ago in Orlando, nice. I've seen them a couple of times live over the years, and they've come back to do a couple of festival circuits, and then they're retiring again, I guess. And then Kerry King's got his solo project and everything. Gary Holt with Exodus. Gary Holt from Exodus. He did a really good job filling in for Jeff Hanneman, but I mean the project after Jeff died, it kind of changed a little bit. Gary Holt filled in very well though, and Gary Holt's awesome, but I mean, if they want to hang it up, they want to hang it up, Song singers, right? I get angry every time it plays. Fatty. Lamb of God too. Earlier Lamb of God, anything after like Wrath that I just don't listen to from them. It fell off. Like the early stuff was cool. I think As the Palaces Burn is probably still my favorite album of theirs, if not Ashes of the Wake. It's one of those two. Basically their first two albums after they changed their name. Brown Coat, money no option, looking at a dedicated competition pistol under 5K. Why not the Alchemy High Cap? No. MMP 2.0. Get the MMP comp gun. You'll thank me later. It's a fantastic pistol. I got to shoot Brendan over at Team Vortex, their USPSA team. I got to shoot his pistol quite a bit over a couple of days, and really good dude. Awesome pistol. That was an MMP. Fantastic gun, dude. You will not be disappointed with the MMP. Fantastic pistol. Log, yeah. Old Lamb of God is good, dude. Like I said, everything up to Wrath. You know, I liked Wrath, especially songs like Contractor. But yeah, the early stuff, man, it just rips. As far as that style of like thrashy groove metal goes. But at 5K, get a Rolex, and there's that. Yeah, I don't care about watches. I think the most I'd spend on a watch is maybe like a Timex Expedition for a mechanical analog watch. I don't care about those high price watches. You know, long term investment kind of thing, kind of like gold and silver and stuff. I get it, but I would never wear it. You know, that's a straight up, hey, please rob me kind of indicator. Don't wear that stuff. Found out about NoFX from all the extreme sports games. Modern Frontiers. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, the first Tony Hawk Pro Skater video game. I mean, it had a banger soundtrack, you know. Yeah, so I get it. I only bring up Muse because you heard Knights of Sidonia. Yeah, that's one of their most popular songs. I've heard that song quite a bit. Yeah, I mean, again, doesn't really stand out. Doesn't really do anything for me. Not the biggest fan of his voice either, but you do you. You know, something to have on in the background, if anything. Yep. About once a year, you fall back to Disturbed albums. Hey, apart from like early Korn and then like Deftones, like the first two Slipknot albums I listened to, but I never really got into new metal like a lot of people did, like that heavy. My brother is real big into Disturbed, but that's not my jam. Give me the death metal, brutal death, tech death, black metal, Black and Death, you know, all the extreme stuff. That's much more my alley in a lot of ways. It's crazy how good the MMP pistols have finally get. Yeah, so I have a Gen 1. I have a Gen 1 MMP, and mine's good, but a lot of quality control issues with the Gen 1s. Everything got corrected with the 2.0s. It is insane how good the 2.0s are. And the price point, like, get an MMP 2.0 if you want a striker fire pistol that's not a Glock, because it's right up there with them. They knocked it out of the park with that one. A fantastic pistol. Day you saw Lamb of God, there was that stole their guitars. I think they got them back. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was a while ago. Yeah, first time I saw them was actually for their As the Palaces Burn tour with Slipknot and Shadows Fall way back. That was 2004. That was a good show. That was when Randy still drank a lot, and he was just double fisting Heineken's, just giant stomping around on the stage. It was a good time. They stole the show. It was good. I've honestly never listened to Imagine Dragons unless it was something that was on the radio. I could not give a I could not give a shit less about them. Yes, everyone should watch the Masood interview with Sean Ryan show when it drops. That is alongside the interview he did with Call Sign Legend and a couple of other ones recently. That is going to be one of the most, as far as it pertains to Afghanistan, the Middle East, and understanding the geopolitics of terrorism analysis and stuff. The Masood interview is going to be one of the most important interviews done in probably the next decade. Yeah, make sure everyone goes to watch it because it's going to be crazy. Spotify had it in your suggested rotation today. Okay. Yeah, MMP 2.0, the all metal frame, dude, such a nice pistol. It really is. And they have a competition version. If you want a comp gun, go snag that. It is fantastic. It is going to be lit. So something about Spotify. I've got one of my projects on Spotify, and then two of the labels I work with for other projects have some of our stuff with various projects on Spotify. So Eldarion is on Spotify. The Tolkien Atmospheric Epic Metal is on Spotify. Some of Pythonism do metal stuff is on Spotify through Vargeist Records. Void Blight, also through Vargeist Records, will be on Spotify. And then Decoherence, all the stuff I do with my friends in the UK that we work with, Sentient Ruin Laboratories label, that's all on Spotify too. Nothing else I do is on Spotify though, because they do not do right by artists. I mean, to get any semblance of a reasonable amount of side income from a streaming platform like Spotify, you have to have millions and millions of plays. And even then, it's not much. I think on Spotify for Eldarion last year in total, I made $10.45 for the entire year. And it was getting plays. It had like 50 something, 80 something consistent monthly listeners, nothing crazy, but the Spotify does not do right by artists. They pay fractions of pennies on the dollar for each stream. If that, it is pretty disgusting, actually. If you want to support a band directly, buy their stuff through their Bandcamp page or their Big Cartel if they have one, or whatever, like direct support sites, direct pay sites. Bandcamp only takes a small percentage. The rest goes directly into the band's PayPal or whatever they have set up. So if you want to buy merch, if you want to buy physical, if you want to buy digital, because you can buy it on there and then download it and you have the album, they also do streaming. Bandcamp is the optimal platform over Spotify and Apple and all of them. Now with like Apple and iTunes, like you can actually buy albums too and stuff, which Eldarion is also, available there too and stuff. But Spotify sucks. I don't even use it as a streaming platform. I'm listening to music either through YouTube or through Bandcamp, or I have it on physical. As you can see, my giant tower of CDs over here, I still buy and collect CDs and cassette tape. Whenever I can, I'm buying shirts too. So supporting the bands directly as much as possible. Spotify and a lot of the other streaming platforms do not support the artists and the bands. They barely even support the labels. Unless you're some, mainstream shill. And even then, a lot of the time it's pay to play because you have to pay for additional marketing and promotion through Spotify, like through DistroKid or whoever you're using. So it's a pay to play game as much as what genre you're in and what the platform and the people behind it are going to push. It's absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, as an artist, if you're not in the pop or top 40 or whatever, or really mainstream, like in a lot of ways, you ain't making any money on that platform. Fuck Spotify. No, do Bandcamp, do Big Cartel, all that stuff. Push your physical merch, because Spotify doesn't sell physical anything. It's just a streaming platform. You can't even download anything. You download their platform for streaming, but you can't download any albums either. After like paying for them or whatever, that's where the other platforms are a lot better. So that's my rant about music industry streaming platforms and the absolute cuckery going on there. Still wanting an MMP 2.0. Dude, get one. I like my 1.0 or my Gen 1. It doesn't have problems, but a lot of Gen 1s did have it was just quality control, quality of the produced parts that it used and stuff that would fail. Like even the polymer frames sometimes would fail. There's this polymer saddle that the barrel sits on, like on the inside of the frame where the barrel sits on. That saddle would shear off. Even the slide catch paddles, because they're ambi, the slide catch paddles, those would shear off sometimes. We saw that happen on a couple of guns. Our Gen 1 duty guns for triple canopy, that would happen to a couple. Our armorers were very busy fixing that stuff. With me, and I talked to the armorer about it, I would just fix mine if something ever happened, like I lose a roll pin for some reason or whatever, like because I know how to fix it. So, but ACR Protect, hey dude, Hey, what's up? Thanks for tuning in, man. Having a copper ale today. Fairly tasty. Not super strong or anything, but cheers. Practical Rifleman, cheers, bro. Thanks for tuning in, man. Yeah, it's okay. It has a nice malty finish to it, which I like. But it's not. It's a basic 5%. Nothing crazy. Practically water. So that brewery, Alt Brew, I have to go to their tap room when it's open, and they have really weird hours and days that they're open because the stronger beers that I really like they only sell them out of their tap room. They don't retail them in any of the local stores or anything. So like the one porter they have, and then they have like a double. The porter I think is like 9 or 10%, and then the double is like 11%. Those are the ones that I want. You can't get them unless you go to the tap room, which has really weird hours, and then yeah, they just don't sell them out otherwise. Everyone is doing. I'm doing good. Everyone's doing good. I hope. Glad you're in here, Practical Rifleman. Swear you're not dead. That's man. It's all right, man. You gotta do what you gotta do, right? It is what it is. You drink dealing with yeah. ACR Protect is down in the greater Houston area, and they're getting smacked by Category 1, but it's still the flooding has been terrible down there. So we're hoping everyone is okay down there and wishing you guys all the best down there. So I like some old English. Yeah. See, I am a bit of a beer snob. Once you start drinking like your Belgian doubles and tripels and stuff, and some of those like really good high strength craft brews or European imports, like you can't go back. It's hard. It's really hard. Ugh, malt. Yeah, I mean, a malty finish is nice, but the like malt liquor beer, nah, man, no. Now, the Mickey's grenades. If you're doing like a canoe trip, having some bangers of Mickey's grenades is actually pretty sweet because that's actually pretty refreshing when you're out on the water. But otherwise, nah. Yep, ACR Protect knows he's a beer snob like I am. So cheers, bro. Rocking out and rocking the baby. Nice. Stag beer. I've never had Stag. I would assume that's a low strength domestic of some of sorts, regional domestic. You switch to whiskey and bourbon to cut carbs. Kentucky brand bourbon barrel aged beer. It's like 21% horsepower. Try it. Highly suggest. Very tasty. I know you're not supposed to drink anymore, Practical Rifleman, but you're a man. You gotta do man things sometimes, right? And we've been talking, you and I, Practical Rifleman, and I'm glad things are getting better and normalizing and stuff. So I'm pulling for you, bro. Yingling, we don't get that here. We don't do that here. We don't have it. I think I've had it once in long time past. I can't remember it. It's just another low end domestic, to me. Beer snob lives matter. Yeah. Dude, yeah, Fatty, try some of the bourbon barrel aged beers. And it's not just Kentucky brand either. There's others out there too, and they're all very good. Somewhat of a local beer. Okay, Stag. Okay. Yingling. Yingling is like an East Coast and a Southerner thing. No, we don't have that up here. No, we don't. We've got Hams, Blatz, Schlitz, PBR. You got your Millers. Like as far as like American domestic lagers and pilsners and stuff go, like that's what we do up here. That's what we have up here. There's a thing called the Milwaukee Special, You get one of those beers or whatever your local fare is, and you take some Cholula hot sauce and you put a couple dollops in there. It's like a poor man's Michelada or Bloody Mary. It's like a spicy beer. It's actually quite good. If your domestic Pilsner or lager actually has good flavor, um, adding that the couple dollops of Cholula hot sauce, it's actually quite tasty. After the Anheuser-Busch boycott, they started selling Yingling here. Oh, really? Okay. All right. Yeah, no, Anheuser-Busch is, and like Miller and all that is one of the largest Miller production facilities is in my state. So that's very popular here, apart from like the PBR and the Blatz and the Schlitz and the Hams, because those are all local beers, local made beers too. Yep, Texas. So it's basically like my state, and then Colorado and Texas, and then like New York and like Oregon, Washington State are right behind that, kind of in the order of amount of breweries and breweries and microbrews and stuff there are by state. Like those are the top ones in order, and yeah, a lot of good beer, a lot of good beer to be had. Yingling isn't as nice as some smaller breweries. It's solid quality, way better than Coors, Milker. Yeah. See, I don't even deal with like any of the like the domestic pilsners or lagers or anything like any of those. Like it's just I like strong stuff. So with a lot of flavor. Red Stripe's okay. I'd put it about the same level as like Mickey's. All right, Fatty. I'll see you later, man. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. Missouri has always been a big beer state. Yeah, yeah, especially St. Louis. You know, you have Anheuser and some others, but they got to step up their craft and they got to step up their craft and specialty brew game. They got a long way to catch up to Texas, Colorado, Wisconsin. Oh, okay, I see how it is. Yeah, I don't like IPAs. It's like I don't know, man. They're just way too hoppy. Now, some of them, especially if they're a little more like a sour or something, um, okay. But I just IPA is just too hoppy, dude. You know, what I mean, you're practically drinking bong water at that point. No, they don't really do anything for me. I really like Hefeweizen's, and then again like the Belgian stuff. You know, your doubles and tripels. Um, Frambois, which is like more of a wine beer kind of mix. They're quite good, and they're relatively strong too. Um, IPAs give you man boobs. Yeah, I'm glad I don't drink them then. And then like your bourbon barrel aged stuff, and then other specialties like Dragon's Milk, fantastic. Your like Delirium Tremens, I like that one. Your milk stouts, your porters, you know, good flavor, good hefty stout ales and stouts. You know, I like a lot of those. And then when if it's not, and of course I have to do gluten free beers now, so my options are much more limited now, unfortunately. But the ones that are out there are quite good. There's also Lakefront Brewery has one gluten free beer called New Grist. It's a pilsner, kind of low end, but it tastes fine. It's some more of these craft breweries that actually make like some stronger beers that I quite like quite a bit. And one of my favorites outside of here would be out in Colorado, and that's True Cult Brewery. It's all metal themed beers and stuff like all extreme metal themed beer, and the artwork on their bottles and cans are amazing. My buddy Jared got me turned on to them. So, but yeah, keep firing away, guys. Yeah, this is some great topics to talk about. I mean, we're already burned through 40 minutes. It's awesome. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Also got my rifle cup of water. Keep firing away. More questions, more topics. Seems like a couple people left. That's unfortunate. Keep them coming. Fire away. Fire away. But yeah. A lot of good stuff going on. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, you got about work stuff? Yep. Go take care of it, man. Stay safe down there. Take care, man. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. Oh yeah, another one that's really good. La Fin du Monde. That's a really good stronger beer. Highly recommend. I mean, there's a lot of good ones out there. A lot of good ones out there to sippy sip on. Topics, questions, fire away, fire away, fire away. I still got like an hour 20. So I usually go for about 2 hours. So keep them coming. Keep firing away. I need to get a bow, traditional bow. I was looking at a company called Graven Archery. They make traditional like English longbows and warbows. Looking at one of those. I don't know what it is. I could never get into compound bows. I've always liked traditional. Graven seems all right. There's a couple other ones out there. Trying to find some with like a, I don't know, 100, 120 pound pole, something relative for traditional. You don't sit there and hold it like a compound or whatever. You try and get full extension and let her loose right away. So you gotta be good. You gotta be good with it. There's a good bit of bow shooting back in the day. Yeah, everyone uses a lot. Most people use compounds anymore. I don't know. I'm just I think it's just because I'm such a big like history guy. Like I'm drawn to the traditional stuff. Longbow and recurve. Oh, nice, nice. My spear over here. At some point, I want to get a hog kill with my spear too. That would be awesome. This thing's sharp as hell. So gotta take a hog with it at some point. So I need to take it and go down south because we don't have hogs up here yet. They're slowly creeping, but it's going to be a good while before they show up here, I think. So. But yeah. Fire away, folks. Hogs, armadillo, bears. Yeah. I know the hog problem is getting bad down there by you guys. Armadillo. I mean, I lived in Texas for a couple of years as a wee little one. We have a lot of bears up here. We have a lot of black bear up here. Not so much brown bear. Every once in a while, one gets spotted, but it's mostly black bear. But they get big. It's like a 9 or 10 year waiting list lottery for bear tags up here too. We have a lot of hunters, and the DNR really puts a cap on how many they issue out a year, and kind of on like a ticketing award system kind of thing. I don't know exactly how that works, but we got all that we got all the big animals to worry about. I mean, occasionally in the lower quarter of the state, occasionally you see it like a timber rattlesnake, but that's pretty rare. Even we don't even really get them. Spider wise, we got black widows to worry about, and we have wolf spiders. We don't have anything else venomous insect wise up here. So it's all large animals, and then like certain fish, like big sturgeons and muskies and gars and stuff, and then like moose, bobcat, cougar, both hot D4Cs and the big cats, bear, elk, deer, all that. Wife and I, you and your wife were target shooting across the field. She was on the rifle and spotting 1,000-yard target. A big boar across the field in front of us had her dial down 5 mils. By the time she got on it, it was across the field and in cover about 600. Dang. If it was that good a size, you were dialing in on it at that range, that would have been some good meat, good eating. Dude, wild boar's delicious. Wild boar bacon, too. Who said it earlier? I think it was Brown Coat maybe that said it earlier. Bacon! Damn. Man. We've only got a couple, unless you have private land that you have access to, we've only got, I think, 2 or 3 ranges in the entire state that go out to or past 1,000. It's not many. The one range that has that, I got a couple of friends that have membership there that I can go with guest pass them sometimes, and go shoot at range, but it's not often. Board American, hey, thanks for tuning in. What did you kiss? You mean miss? I saw it. Not too much, just shooting the breeze with everyone and answering questions, talking topics, having fun, just chilling. I'm about 48 minutes in, and I go for about 2 hours, so you're not terribly late to the party. And it is happy hour, so cheers. We don't have any 1,000-yard ranges here that are open to the public. They're all members only ranges, but when you know people, you can get guest pass access. Weekend you're shooting the championship 2 day. Oh, nice, dude. Good luck. I know you're gonna kill it, dude. Freaking get some. I would like to shoot a little bit more long range competition, just kind of in like the stock group, I've done two shoots in the past. One was a closed event, and then the other one was a thing. But Board American and anyone else who's come in here and joined in, welcome first off, and thanks for tuning in. Say hey in the chat, fire away with questions, topics, whatever. I'll answer just about anything, talk about just about anything. Okay, cool. Good stuff, Josh. All right. Apparently signal is acting up, whatever. Okay. That was weird. That was weird. Looks like you'll be in and out. Oh yeah. One of those days, one of those nights. I get it. I mean, there's only so much you can do. I mean, the weather's still crazy there, and a lot of flooding down there, I know, with you guys, so just be safe. Ooh, 3 philosophers. Good choice. I got some good stuff. Very nice. Cheers to that. Had 2 trees come down on your house. Oh, damn, dude. I know it is. Like, you saw my video the other day. My buddy's place got wrecked when like a derecho basically came through. Obliterated his main outhouse and stuff. Like, yeah, that sucks, dude. Is it going to cost you a lot to damage your roof and stuff? I mean, what? Let me know what's up. Brown coat, need to stretch out to 1,000, 20-inch irons. See if you can do it. I mean, you can get lucky. You got to have pretty good eyes and, breath control, trigger control. You can probably manage it with the right load. Like for that kind of distance, I'm shooting my bolt gun, my 308 bolt gun, or I could stretch an FAL out to that. It's gonna be a tall order with 5.56 brown coat. Yeah, Eric Cortina's 600 yards challenge for irons is definitely a good one, especially for 5.56. Had a chainsaw party. I've been clearing everyone's trees. Yep. Sounds about right. It happens every time we get a tornado or whatever come through and a bunch of trees come down. Yeah. Same kind of deal, ACR. Yeah, 22 LR out to 515 is a hell of a stretch, dude. You know what's crazy, though? Like, you can probably do that almost easier with 17 HMR. It is screaming. 17 HMR is screaming. It's crazy how that tiny little round is just cooking. Yeah. Yeah, that's quite the flight time for for a 22 LR. You're lucky with the wind, too, because that's... The wind wreaks havoc on them late rounds. .300 is 3 seconds to the T with 22 LR. What rounds are you using? Just like the CCIs, or what were you using? Gotta go get the baby to bed. Sounds good. Catch you in a few. Crack a roughing. 40 grand match. Oh, okay, nice. Very good. Very good. Everything is subsonic. Yeah. It's cooking. Not cooking. I mean, that's hefty. Oh, who was it? Large Ogre. Ogre had made a comment about something about 10 gauges and why more people don't have 10 gauges. It's more niche than a 12 gauge. More people are going to have 12 gauges. You have a little more range with a 12 gauge too. You can hunt like deer. You can hunt them with shotgun up here. But everyone's using a 12 gauge. No one's using a 10 gauge for that or anything. Like, usually deer are taken between 75 and 300 yards here. So, George Washington, what's up, dude? DSA released their metal mags yet? Not that I know of. I keep checking their website and it still says out of stock, sadly. I'm gonna call them. I think next week I'm gonna call them and be like, "Hey, where are these mags at? Because I want to grab a couple, just a couple. I don't need a bunch. I'm okay on mags right now, but it would be nice to have a couple more." Stuff under 110 is or 1100 is easier. Yeah, no, it makes sense. You just got to have some good still air, really, because I mean, wind is just wreaks havoc on those light rounds. ACR. Let's see what everyone prefers for carry firearm, as in like personal CCW. I run a Gen 5 Glock 23 blue label special, blue line special. Um, yep. That's my EDC, my CCW is a Gen 5 Glock 23. Love that thing. It's a good pistol. Brown coat, love watching the trace of 22 LR, and you can see it go left, then right, then we. Yeah. It's always cool. It's always cool seeing the vapor trail and everything. Yeah. That's why I like shooting 308 at range too, because like you're arcing it, and it's just, yeah, it's satisfying. Victoria's dead. Why do people never understand the details and type of firearm really matter in a gunfight? To an extent, yeah. I mean, it depends on what kind of gunfight you're in. Are we talking just a urban defensive gunfight where the ranges are much closer, or are we in an urban environment gunfight? Are we out in the woods gunfight? Because that does matter a little bit, but as long as you have a solid base platform that's purpose driven for a variety of conditions, so standard application combat rifles with ARs, AKs, whatever, battle rifles, they're all going to suit you pretty well. And I did say this earlier, I do not like magnifier dot combos. They're as far as diversity of capability wise, they're much less capable than an RCO or an LPVO. You and I have talked about that though, so which was a good conversation. I appreciate that. Other than that, base system, as long as you have reliable components, it's going to treat you well. You just need to train with it, and be good and be faster than the bad guy. I want to get a big boy bolt gun, but I haven't fully landed on a caliber. I mean, start with 308 or 6.5 Creedmoor, one of the two, since that's pretty popular now. One of those two. Start with that. Start with just a base bolt gun, whether that's a Ruger or a Savage or a Tikka. I've got a Tikka. I love my T3X. And then you can slowly upgrade it from there over time. But start out with that, really get to know the gun, know its capabilities, and then you can start to kind of expand upon it for whatever your wants, needs, purposes are, competition or otherwise. Anyone here going to fall semester or One Shepherd? No, I am not. The slots filled up pretty quick. Maybe the next Winter Forge, possibly. Beginning of next year, possibly. I know they canceled it this last year. This year they canceled it just because guys needed a break, which is fine. But I enjoyed it, and I've been wanting to go back. Just it's good time, good networking. Victoria's Dad. What I'm getting at is no wars have been won. One dude, two extra crispy triggers and type of white light. Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. Whatever's your flavor, but you got to have a reliable platform, and you got to be good with that reliable platform. Yeah, that's really what it comes down to is, the shooting is only as good as the shooter. So, you know. Brown coat, Marlin X7VH and 308. That's going to be built as a Slumper Urban 16-inch DMR. Meh. It'll chooch. For an urban environment, that'll work. Yeah. Watertight, would love to go to One Shepherd. Yeah, it's worth it. I mean, for the price that they offer compared to, let's say a 2 or 3 day course at Academy, because they have opened up some civilian courses again. I mean, you're looking at a couple $1,000 for what One Shepherd is offering per semester at, like, I think it's like $500 or something like that. Like, get out of here. That's excellent training. Force on force, blank, miles gear. You're getting warrior skills training, battle drills, all that stuff. You're getting leadership training. Like, dude, you can't beat it. It really is an excellent program. And the stuff SNS Training Solutions does too, because they use the One Shepherd Leadership Institute's Alpha Company in Missouri. They use their training grounds for some of their programs too, to include their night fighter programs and some of that stuff. Again, prices are really good compared to what some other training companies are offering, with much less involved in them. It's a lot more flat range stuff. So you really are getting your bang for the buck with One Shepherd and SNS. And Victoria's Dead, kind of back to your point a little bit there. I prefer a mil-spec trigger. I prefer a heavier trigger. My trigger fingers, you can tell this one's a little fatter than this one. I shoot a lot. So, and I shoot a lot of mil-spec triggers because that's what we're given in issuance with contracting and everything. You use what you get, so you got to be good with it. So, but even my stuff personally, my ZPAP M70 AK, my SR556, those are all, for what those platforms are. They're mil-spec triggers. My FAL is a spec trigger for an FAL. So I'm not. Yeah, a lot of those little nuanced things don't really matter. It's some of the fluff that comes with it that doesn't matter. Like the pressure pad crap. But no, it's all on the shooter. You just have to be good. You have to know what you're doing. You do have to train a lot, and not just in shooting, obviously. You gotta know how to maneuver through your land. You gotta know how to avoid linear and open danger areas. You gotta know all that stuff. So medical, big one, medical, and then your logistics and sustainment stuff. Hey, I've run out of water. Where can I get water, and how can I make it drinkable? Kind of like what the Marines tried building out. Yeah, and it just turned into, a lot of them ended up just using the M24 anyway, or the SAS, the M110, or the Mark 12, or the Barrett. I do love Wagyu and lobster. I don't care about a Geisley trigger. Keep your priorities, Man, I had some really. I was on a work trip almost 2 weeks ago now. I was on a work trip down to North Carolina. Man, I had some good seafood down there. Oof, that was good. Anyone in North Carolina? Vale House in is it Goldsboro? Right there, not too far from the Air Force Base. Excellent seafood joint. Highly recommend. Hey, you do you, man. If it's nice, it's nice. Cool. Can you do a Mozambique drill in 3 seconds though? Can you maneuver from fire position to fire position? Like, got to work on the warrior skills. Ruben, when the shizzy hits the fizzy, you're going to update the moniker to DJ the Metalhead Warlord. No, no. That's good though. I like that. I like that. I may have to use that for something else in the future. Also, hey, thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate you. Cheers. $22 for PRS gets stupid. Yeah, there's a lot of that I don't care about. Like I just stock platform open division stuff as far as like competition would go for uh long range shooting and stuff. Like no, I don't need to have to do anything fancy. Would it be nice to have a KRG chassis for my Tika? Sure. I use it for hunting too, though, and I have it kind of in a scout rifle kind of setup, stock chassis, Vortex Venom, um, and then got a it's actually a Blackhawk Sportster bipod on it, which is very similar to Atlas, but for a fraction of the price. Fantastic, actually, bipod. And that's it. Like, no nonsense. And it's light, you know. For a 308, it's a light rifle, bolt gun. So, anyone else who's tuned in, welcome, welcome. Say hey in the chat, ask a question, bring up a topic of discussion. Pretty much nothing off the table. So, fire away. Blackhawk Sportster bipod. No, yeah, it's honestly a good bipod. Like for what it is, I was very impressed. This is a good bipod. It holds up. Welcome back, Practical Rifleman. Glad you're here. Topics, questions, anything, fire away. Got about just under an hour. Yeah, it is 100% like a Harris or Atlas knockoff. Yeah. It's a good bipod, though. Like, it holds up. I think it's probably the same company that makes or subsidiary company, one of them, that whoever Blackhawk contracts to makes it for them. It's a good bipod. It is. See, that's fancy. CZ457 in a Bravo chassis. That's getting fancy. It's nice though. That's the thing, and that's the thing too, because my Tika is fairly light for a 308 bolt gun. Like when I did the initial barrel break-in, the Nosler standard barrel break-in, which is 150 to 200 rounds, dude, my collarbone and my shoulder was like green and purple. It was so bruised. That was a good day though. that was a lot of 308 for a bolt gun, just consecutively. It's not like rapid fire that many rounds. That's not how it's done. But if anyone knows the Nosler standard for a barrel break-in. Bronco, it's gonna be replaced with a Thunder Beast bipod mainly because it get 50% cert because oh yeah, nice. Tika is about as light as yours, yeah. Well, I have the T3X Light 308, so it's light. George Washington, when's the next batch of music to come out? Okay, so Void Blight is one of the projects I'm in. That's on Vargeist Records. We just had an album come out, and CDs are shipping, I think, right now. So that one just dropped. New Eldarion is either the end of this month or sometime early to middle of August. The new album will be out. I just finished vocal tracking my part for the most part the other day. Aposticum, we're getting geared up to get into the studio starting. Well, guitar tracking we can really kind of start whenever, but probably September. Starting with the guitars, and then October we're getting the drummer into the studio for a couple of days, and then mix master after that and everything. So we're aiming to have it ready for release by hopefully before the end of the year. We'll see. Anointing Maelstrom, nothing new as of right now. Beer Enema, one of the fun little grind projects I'm in, just had a release not that long ago through Putrid Slaughterhouse Records. That's on Bandcamp. Pythonism had a couple of releases, a split and everything a couple months back. Nothing immediately right now otherwise, though, besides the Void Blight that just dropped and then Eldarion coming soon. So that's the big things that are going on. And then I've been working on some other projects with people. So nothing fully official, as far as that goes. But like the main big projects are the ones I'm working on right now. We have process with albums and stuff. So more stuff is coming soon. So at least one release is coming in the next, month or so. CZ 457 MDT Orc chassis. Jeez, it's a lot of fancy crap. Radical Reverman been on the fence about picking up MDT. I don't really have any experience with them. Triple pull. The Magpul. Isn't Atlas making those for Magpul, if I'm not mistaken? I've only kind of trialed the one on my buddy's gun. It was okay. It was whatever. I don't really use bipods all that much, besides on my bolt gun, my bolt gun, the Sportster. So it's whatever. Would be way better if they did. See, I thought they did, or maybe it's like modeled off of an Atlas bipod. I don't know, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, Atlas bipods are nice. I like Atlas and I like Harris. I'm familiar with those, in the Blackhawk, but and people don't realize too, like, the highest end like Gucci stuff, like when I was in the military and then getting into contracting and stuff. I mean, that was like that was starting some of your, getting in with like the RIS-2 M4s and stuff and the SAS. And in contracting, we run Blackhawk Commando chest rigs. We're not running another type of plate carrier setup like what I've done a video on before. Like, we're running those chest rigs. They're good chest rigs. They're fairly inexpensive and they hold a lot. So that's what we use. That's what we're given, and that's what we use. Same with other stuff like Condor pouches. Like a lot of it, Brent 031 as well. He said the same thing too. Like, we had Condor pouches on some of our gear. It holds up. Purpose-driven stuff. It doesn't have to be super expensive. And I've kind of held that mantra in a lot of ways. Like, my slings on my AKs and my ARs are Condor slings. And they're not even like slings. They're they're like kind of heavy duty bag straps that are slings. Like, they got real strong hooks on them and everything. Like, that's what I use. Purpose driven stuff. Not the marketed like high end or upmarked marketed stuff out there, The average person is well off with an upgraded Harris. Yeah, fair. Absolutely fair. And Alpha Charlie Concepts, again, John, UW Gear, he put a video out today. I'm going to bring it up again because it is a rehash, but it's excellent points because you don't have to go for the next new big brightest most expensive thing, or all of a sudden do a paradigm shift and curtail your equipment to what's going on in the current conflict around the world. Study the conflict, see if any of it actually applies to you for applicability with TTPs and nuances of practices in that combat theater, but you don't have to completely reconfigure your equipment, your personal gear, because of that conflict. That doesn't make sense. What's your area dictate? That's something I got to bring up all the time because it's true. Something that's going to work or is effective for somebody in the mountains is not necessarily going to be the same thing that's going to work for somebody in the dense tropical woodland, or subtropical woodland, like you're over here running Realtree 86 print rigs, copying a rig from the 70s for nice. Hey, if it works, dude. You're in a group text with AC. We all had a conversation about this stuff last few days. Oh, really? Yeah, because I don't think you're in the same group. Yeah, because I talked to him. I talked to him in some groups too. Practical Rifleman. Yeah, same stuff. Harris bipod is probably the best bang for your buck bipod ever. I would lean to agree with that. Yeah, but again, I don't know what it is. I mean, you slightly diminished quality, but the Blackhawk freaking bipods, dude. Did a video the other day about bipods. That's your recommendation. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's a good price, brown coat. It is. It's a good price for that bipod. For that bipod, for what it is, that is a really good price. Like you can't beat that. Stonks, straight up stonks. Absolutely. Everyone else just joining, welcome. Say hey in the chat, ask a question, and bring up a topic of discussion. Here for another 45 minutes or so. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Found a bipod at the range the other day. I think it was a Blackhawk. Oh, really? Finders keepers. Build a consideration building out an H harness from Condor. I think that's one of the negative things I've heard is that the LBE belt kit system with the harness and everything, the belt is problematic for the Condor belts. That's what I've heard anyway. I mean, you're not out a whole lot of money if it does fail on you quickly because it is Condor, and they keep their prices nice and low. If you want something that's probably going to hold up a little bit better, look at the Tasmanian Tiger Warrior belt kit. That's a LBE system that you can build out. Only slightly more in cost. It's still very low priced and very well made stuff. I run the Tasmanian my ruck here. That's a Tasmanian Tiger long range raid pack Mark III. And it is fantastic. It's super comfortable. So, the Tasmanian Tiger Warrior belt kit, I can definitely recommend that one. It is quality and a really good price. Brown coat. Shoot, the guys are around $400 to $800 bipods. Jesus. Alice Kit. Okay, I have a love-hate relationship with Alice Kit. It's a little bit because of the clips and some of the other nuances of Alice Kit. It is a little bit heavier than it needs to be. I don't like Alice clips because they can fail. You have to zip tie or tape them shut. They're a pain in the butt. There's some other things I don't like. I prefer a fully stitched construction system. Once I have the configuration the way I like it, I would like to have it fully stitched. It's just more durable that way, more bomb-proof. I get why people like the modularity and the configuration with PALs, Molly, and Alice, and things like it. Plastic malice clips suck. Don't use those either. I get that, but at the same time, like I want that stability and just robust durability of a fully stitched construction. Which is why I designed the prototype that I did, that I'm still trying to get to market right now. But also, you just have less stuff to worry about, and they weigh less. A stitched construction weighs less, without sacrificing any structural integrity, any strength, and you're fitting just as much stuff. So, be a man among men. Yeah, Pattern 83 Battle Jacket. I like those. I'm actually aftermarket MFH brand one. I'm giving away at 1,500 subscribers that I customize. It was UCP. It was a secondary issued line kit for training that was issued to us back in the day. I converted it. I dyed it, and then Rattlecan converted it to Woodland. I'm giving that away. It's the aftermarket. MFH is a Canadian Chinese held joint company. Those are hard to get right now, but it's a knockoff, basically exact copy of a Pattern 83 Battle Jacket. I'm giving that one away. Like, there's things I like about it, and there's things I don't like. If the pouches were configured differently, that's just construction perfection, and it's very comfortable to wear. But I don't like some of the pouch configuration on it. It was like it was designed for a left-handed shooter instead of a right-handed shooter. It's weird. GKT11, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. What is your thought on an ATN Thor 4 thermal scope? 1.25 to 5 magnification, 384 resolution for $800, no tax. Hey, I mean, if that's in your budget and you think that's going to be a good fit for your needs, go for it. That's really all I can say on it is, with thermal, for your SHTF and your exigent extreme situation cases and combat related and otherwise, like thermal is very useful. For hunting, very useful. It's if it fits your needs, go for it. That's on you, Brown coat, JB Weld, no fail. No, again, Alice clips, just because of that metal and it adds weight and everything. That's something I don't like about it. Plus, I don't like the Y yoke harnesses of Alice rigs. Again, love-hate relationship with them. I used them for 4 years. There's better stuff out there. The Eagle H harness LBEs that came out for a while. I wish they still made them. Those are fantastic. If you can find that, snag that. Otherwise, like some of the other options that I've mentioned, the Tasmanian Tiger Warrior belt rig, LBE. You've got Nixie Works. You've got JJ's Original. There's another British company that I always forget the name of. There's a couple other companies out there too. Don't get the Velocity Systems juggle rig. It is way overpriced, and half the time they just take your money and run. They won't ship it to you. I've had a couple of people that I know now that never got their stuff from Velocity Systems, which is really jacked up. If you just bought nods, GKT, if you just bought nods, you don't need the thermal. Okay? Save your money. That's what I'm going to tell you. Since you just got nods, you don't need the thermal. Save your money. The cat has some pipes on it. Put it on the next album. She's made an appearance on some releases before. She's a diva. She's very vocal. That is her, like 50% of the day is her doing that. This one expects to be fed like every 2 hours. It's like, no. Don't have experience with the ATN. The ATNs are nice, they are nice, but in GKT's case, he just bought nods. Don't buy the thermal. Save your money. Food preps, water purification preps, ammo preps, Put it towards that. You know, stock up on food and stuff. At some point in the future, you can get thermal. You know, but if you just got nods, save. You know, don't put yourself. I said that in my nods video. Don't put yourself in debt. Are you? Are you though? Are you squared away, GKT? That's good if you are. If you are truly, that's good. That's good. I'm glad you are. Do you have a laser for your nods? You're asking me? Maybe I do. Thing is, in a near peer or peer to peer conflict, everyone has got nods. IR lasers, passive aiming devices, you can't use them because everyone's going to see it. The IR illuminators and stuff. Same with the IR chem lights and stuff. Everyone's going to see it if everyone's got nods, or a number of people have nods. And I said that in my night vision consideration video I just did. People having nods is a mitigation factor to even using those. There's a technique that we learned in the Army back in the day, apart from learning with IR lasers and stuff, you know, with that training. It's called cross focus. Especially for monoculars, it's a technique that you can use, cross focus. Basically, you're doing eye shift cross focus, so you get a little bit of your night vision crossover and some of your reticle crossover from your optic over to your night vision without having to put your night vision behind your optic per se. But you can do that too. But there's a focal way to do it where you can get some crossover. It gives you a greater percentage of getting some hits on target. When it comes to a gunfight, rounds are just going to start flying anyway. Like 90% of gunfights, especially at the infantry and Minuteman and whatever kind of capacity, it's going to be a lot of area fire and suppressive fire anyway. So you see something, everyone's going to start going at it, you know. Oh, you're asking GKT. Well, you have my answer anyway on that. Group of 5 guys, you have 4 dudes with nods. Yeah. And that's a force multiplier. It's a capability, you know. Yep, bend-in aiming concept. Yeah, absolutely. Practical rifleman. Yeah. Shondo, hey dude. Thanks for tuning in, man. How you doing? Appreciate you coming in. Yeah. And that's the thing, you know, if people have nods, and again, like my night vision video I just did, you know, even a handheld unit, that capability, stuff like IR lasers, illuminators, your IR chem lights, it's completely mitigated because you're going to glow like a motherfucker at range if you negligently discharge or crack one of those or whatever. Everyone's going to see it, you know, and you're going to get maneuvered and maneuvered on and shot at, you know. Long time no see. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you, dude. I'm glad you came in, you know. I hope you're doing all right. It has been a hot minute. What you been up to? Yep, I use my PVS 14 on my left eye as well most of the time. Yep, just same reason. Absolutely. Yeah, see, practical rifleman, you know, man, and those are nuances. Those are techniques and stuff that people don't know unless they've been taught that and gone through certain training, right? So you don't need to go crazy. You don't need to go crazy with some of that stuff, you know. Like, but when you have that capability and you have some of those techniques kind of dialed down and you have that training, like, yeah, you have an upper hand. If it's peer-to-peer kind of stuff with night fighting, absolutely. Anyone else coming in? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Say hey in the chat. Ask a question. Put out a topic of discussion as you please. Pretty much nothing off the table. And I appreciate everyone tuning in. I think this is probably the most people I've had in here at any given time, which is cool. I think it topped out at like 12 or 14 earlier, which I think is the most I've ever had in here for a live stream yet, which is cool. So Ilio work. It sucks you need nods. Get on the SWAT team, dude. They'll give you everything you need. No. I don't know if you saw my video, Shondo. Go watch my night vision considerations video. There's inexpensive handheld units that are, even from 5 years ago, much better than they were then, that are worth picking up for not a lot of money. You don't have to go crazy with a helmet mounted system or anything. It's good for all the SHTF stuff and all that. It's good for hunting. It's good for looking at wildlife at night, because some of those systems, like I know the stealth cam ones, you can put a memory card in it and you can actually record with them too. And some of the ATN systems are like that too, and some of the other ones too. So you got that capability too. So, the hotness is dual tubes. Don't find them that much an advantage. No, I don't either, honestly. I really don't. It kind of can help and not even. It doesn't even really help your depth perception that much. Now with the modern new gen tubes, it does help a little bit more, but you get used to it, I mean, you have so much limited peripheral and stuff anyway. It doesn't really matter, Monocular is fine, or a handheld, whatever, Torment Event Reactions. Hey, bro, thanks for tuning in, man. Glad you dropped in. Hope you've been well. Caught some of your videos lately. Hope you're doing all right. Do you think things will go kinetic in Europe soon? The Bear versus the West. I don't know if you saw the Eurocom, European Command, alert readiness status got elevated to Charlie or Orange. That's partly due to all the elections going on and all the perceived protests going on. But I think it's also an elevated threat from a little further east. It's a risk that needs to be monitored and taken into consideration, just like anything, right? So I think that's part of why they do it. As far as if and or when it could kick off greater than what's happening so far in Ukraine right now, I don't know. It's hard to say, for a lot of the analyst work and everything and monitoring, it's just keeping your ear to the ground, keeping your eyes open, and just trying to get as much real-time information from sources and everything as possible. So advantage for driving, but not worth it for me. I mean, you can drive fine with a monocular too. We trained on that quite a bit. Hell yeah, man. See you on. Had to say what's up. Yeah, dude. I'm glad you tuned in, bro. It's good stuff, man. Thanks for tuning in. Tormented Vet Reactions. Anybody who doesn't know him, he does reaction videos. Army brother. So, and yeah, just a good dude. So I hope you're doing well too. And some great topics and questions you guys are bringing up. I've still got about 30 minutes left in my live stream here, so keep them coming. Keep them coming. Any questions? Any topic, really, Doesn't just have to be about night vision or guns or anything. I love talking about that stuff, obviously, but it could be about whatever. And music stuff. I love talking about, obviously, all my music stuff and everything, but, fire away. And anyone else new coming in, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Say hey in the chat. Fire away with a question, topic of discussion. Appreciate you all coming in. It's been a pretty lively live stream this time around, so that's awesome. It's good stuff. Shirt of the day, Deeds of Flesh. Good old technical death metal out of Florida. Highly recommend. Their album Portals to Canaan is one of my favorite of recent years. They haven't done anything in a while because the founding member, Eric Lindmark, died, but that was their second to last album that they put out. Fantastic. GKT, you see Lucas from T-Rex Arms going after PSR. I don't pay attention to either of them, honestly. I don't. I don't really watch either of them. Occasionally, I'll see a PSR video, but I think the last video I watched from PSR was the Myanmar video, which was a good one. But um, I, a lot of those kinds of channels I just don't pay attention to. Um, so I don't really care about, and I definitely don't care about drama or anything like that. That's all stupid. Be a man, grow up, get on with your life, do your thing. You know. Shondo, you ever do a sweepstake for the channel? You like the new music? Thank you. Appreciate it, man. More stuff coming soon, too. Shift work kills me. So at 1,500 subscribers, which I'm close, I'm at 1,300 something right now. I'm doing that giveaway that I announced a while back. Picking 3 winners. Number 1 pick gets an MFH brand production Pattern 83 SADF style battle jacket LBE system. So it's an aftermarket one. That's first place giveaway. Second place gets a pair of size large Mechanics original combat gloves in multicam OCP. And then third place gets a 3-liter Camelback bladder. If one of those people does not respond for whatever reason, the gloves and bladder will get bundled as a winning prize for one of the 2 people that does respond, if it's the second or third place, or whatever. So, but yeah, that is a giveaway that I've had going for a while, and I just haven't hit the subscriber mark yet, so I haven't announced anything else on it. But that's still a thing. So when people are genuinely, subscribe and tune in, and everything, and I get the numbers to that point, then I'll do the drawing of subscribers and announce the names and tell them how to get in touch with me, and then I'll send that stuff out to them. So, and yeah, more music stuff coming soon. We just had the Void Blight release, so Vargeist Records out of South Carolina, the project Void Blight. It's like grinding experimental black and death metal. It's all Warhammer 40k themed, from like the chaos side of it. Just really brutal stuff though. And then new Eldarion album is coming soon, and then Aposticum down the line as well. We're getting into the studio soon and stuff, so there's some stuff coming soon. Twitter, I'm not on Twitter, don't care. Yeah, print shoot repeat. I mean, seems like a fun guy, but there's a lot of that content from those channels I just don't care, and I'm not a fan of TRX Arms. Yeah, his 3D printing channel. Yeah, slow rolling on subs. Yeah, I've had a channel. I've had a channel for a long time, and I only started putting videos up on my channel like 5 or 7 years ago, and it wasn't very many at first, and it was all music stuff at first, and then I started getting more comfortable in front of the camera, and started expanding more out to where it is now. So it's just kind of whatever. Yeah, thanks, man, Shondo. Appreciate it. Slowly but surely, right? For the people that actually, have any kind of interest in what I'm doing in general, because I don't pigeonhole myself to one type of content either. So they like the music, sick. Stay tuned. They like the professional angle, talks about technical stuff and whatever else. Cool. Stick around. I'll have some hot takes on things from time to time, like recent videos. Whatever, my short films, whatever it is, cool. Painting, logo design, whatever it is, comedy, I do it all, so, me as a person and, the spice of life, just gonna see what's up, so. And Will's been doing, so Will, Shondo, Will and I are supposed to be doing a live stream soon, some point here soon. He's been traveling a lot, and he's been very busy doing instruction, doing teaching with gutter fighting, and then getting ready for his MMA fight, which I think is still on at some point. But we're going to be doing a live stream here soon. I haven't seen Jen lately, but I talk to Will every once in a while, and he's been putting regular videos up. So, which I like to see. But yeah, he and I have not done a live stream in a while, and we need to catch up. So that's for sure. Well, thank you, Practical Rifleman. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you. Just kind of do whatever, And I try and keep it diverse. I don't like to do a lot of videos of the same thing in a row unless it's like a multi-part series, like my logistics planning and discussion, like the PACE series. I did like 4 or 5 videos I did there. That's okay to kind of do back to back, but like otherwise I'm all over the place with it, I like it that way. So does that hurt me in the algorithm and all that? Probably, but I don't really give a shit. So I'm just me, I don't really care. I mean, I'm close to monetization. I'm still not monetized because the watch hours aren't there. That one of the sub criteria, the watch hours aren't there. It's whatever, I'm not expecting this to. I'm not banking on this and expecting this to be, be a moneymaker for me. Music. If people want to support me, buy the music. I've got a lot of bands I'm in and a lot of releases. Go buy the music. Like that's one of my angles of income is being a professional musician and graphic designer on the side, apart from what I do now in the or have been doing in the security industry greater. So it's just kind of is what it is. Yeah, I know. We got about 20 minutes. We got about 20 minutes. Shondo, how can I email you? Are you on Discord? If you're on Discord, we can link up on Discord first. I don't have a business email for my YouTube or anything. I don't have a YouTube out, visible for that or anything. Or you can use the contact form on one of the Bandcamp pages. Pythonism, Eldarion, or Odious Emesis, or the Anointing Maelstrom. They're all linked in my channel description, the About section. Links to all those Bandcamp pages. There's a contact form, and you can just fill that out, and that'll send me an email, and then we can talk email. Otherwise, if you're on Discord, DJ D.J. The Metalhead Mercenary, all bundled together, one word. DJ the Metalhead Mercenary. I'm on Discord. You got the monetization numbers, or you're not sure if it's worthwhile, really? I mean, I honestly, I don't know. I mean, I've got a few videos that have a lot of views on them, but none of that, all those view counts that I have right now, none of that factors into monetization after I would become monetized anyway. So it's whatever, Will I try and monetize videos? Yeah, probably. I mean, there's a portion of them that will be monetizable, and there's some that will not. So it's whatever. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I'll just throw it in the pool with everything else that I do for trying to have just that side tertiary income, but I don't really care otherwise. Yeah, if people really want to support, go buy the music. You can. That's why I like Bandcamp, and I talked about that earlier in the live here. I don't like Spotify. They pay dog shit. You don't have any way to actually purchase physical or anything else through them or anything. Bandcamp is one of the best ways still. Got the one video on that pushed you up, but most of the views are already there. Kind of double-edged. Yeah, exactly. It is a double-edged sword. Yeah, exactly it. So it's whatever. Hey, Jay, Modern Miniman. Thanks for tuning in. for the 15 minutes left. Appreciate you, man. Thanks. Shondo, negative. You can check those music links. Cool. Yeah. Depends on what kind of music you like. If you like doom metal, Pythonisum. If you like brutal death metal, Odious Emesis. If you like bestial black metal or black death, like war metal, Anointing Maelstrom. If you like Tolkien, epic, atmospheric kind of metal, Eldarion. Yeah, kind of categorically. One of those types of music stands out to you, yeah, go check that out, and yeah, fill out the contact form, and yeah, we'll be able to email. Steal time when you can, Jay. Yeah, dude. It's all good. It's all good. You gotta do what you gotta do, right? You gotta do what you gotta do. It's all good, dude. Just kind of been hanging out, talking various topics, answering questions, all that, having a beer. Cheers, everyone. Just a copper ale, nothing crazy. But yeah. Keep firing away. Still got 15 minutes, fire away. Anyone else has anything else, fire away. I will answer whatever. This cat is so impatient. She's expecting me to feed her again. It's only been 2.5 hours, cat. Topics, questions, fire away, fire away. Anyone else new joining now? Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Say hey in the chat. Oh, they left, whoever it was. That's a movie memorabilia behind me. That's a Rocky 2. Actually, no, that's Rocky 1. Yeah, it's a Rocky 1, like a movie memorabilia, movie poster thing. Up here on top of the gun case, I got a Hellraiser cube. Great movie. Great series of movies. All kinds of fun stuff like that. Actually, some of that stuff was free. It was crazy. If you want to find cool free stuff on occasion, your local community probably has a group on Facebook or whatever where they'll just offer stuff up for free, or if it's like a neighbors helping neighbors kind of thing, like trade swaps and stuff like that too. Modern Miniman just wrapped up a reviewing 4-16 by 44 scope from CV Life for budget entry level scope. Impressed with performance. Should give more budget minded options a real choice, a real chance. Some, yeah. If they're well made and they hold up, absolutely. And I do like primary arms quite a bit. I run the SLX 5x36 RCO, which is basically a poor man's ACOG. It's great, holds up excellent. Stuart, hey dude, thanks for tuning in. Glad to see you, bud. Here for moral support and the free shit. Hey, you're a subscriber. When I hit that 1,500 subs, if your name gets pulled for the giveaway, you're gonna get something. Brendan Autry, don't have a question, just listening as I wage war on raccoons. Oh, nice. Happy hunting. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you, man. Happy hunting indeed. If you do have a question or topic, fire away. I got about 10 minutes left in my live stream here. Sent an email via Eldarion. Cool. I will get to it here in a little bit, bud. Appreciate you. Thanks. Thanks for reaching out. Observing Observatory. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Hour and 40 plus minutes behind, saying hi back to Kitty and thumbs up for the Merc. Thanks. Appreciate you. Yeah, you like my thumbnail? She's sitting here patiently waiting for me to get done to feed her. I fed her like 2.5 hours ago. She's a diva like that. Perimeter Arms has really become the everyday guy's optic of choice. Yeah, they're just well made, and their higher end series stuff, it uses Japanese glass, which that's high end, Um, it they're really good. They're really well made. Plus the ACSS reticles, Dimitri, that Brent is friends with and stuff. I mean, that guy's a whiz with the design of ACSS reticle systems, because that's his design. The Aurora is my all-time favorite ACSS reticle, and it's very hard to find except for on a couple of optics, one of them being the SLX 5x36 now. Some of the old Tragicon ACOGs had the ACSS Aurora, but that was very short-lived. I don't know why. Whatever happened there between them with contract and everything, they should have kept doing that, because best reticle. For a fixed magnification rifle combat optic RCO. Reticle rifle here for immoral support. Hell yeah. Yeah, a couple more people bouncing in. That's good shit. Appreciate a couple people left. Okay. I see how it is. Whatever. I do appreciate everyone tuning in, saying hey, if just briefly, whatever. So cheers to everyone. Any other questions, topics? I got 8 to 10 minutes left. I'll answer whatever as a final thoughts kind of thing. If anyone's got anything, say hey in the chat, Topic, question, whatever. Fire away. Beer. It's a good song by a band called Korpiklani. Beer. Really fun folk metal. Finnish folk metal. So everyone should go check out that song. Good drinking song. They're just a fun band. Damn. Those people left. What the hell? Got one person in here now? All right. Whatever. If anyone else has anything, fire away. The one person in here now? Modern Miniman. How would one go about using your music in future YouTube videos? So anything that isn't digital or media management rights protected. So anything that isn't on Spotify or anything like that that's managed through like InGrooves or DistroKid or anything is pretty much open to use. If you get it off of Bandcamp, for the most part, it's open to use. But I also do, and I think I've talked to you about the patch thing before, patch design, Jay. I also do. I will also write and record original sound music too. I did the few for Randall for Grunt Proof. So you can just hit me up, signal or email or whatever, and we could talk about that too. I'll make you an original song if you want, or if there is a song in particular that you want to use for a video, I can just let you know if it's open to use or if it's media rights protected. So I mean, no problem there. GKT 11, I win. That or it's just the live dashboard is being fucky wucky because there's obviously more than one person in here. So, Stuart, internet is being bitchy. What's your email? Maybe throw in something shiny for sub giveaway. If I'm not gonna, I don't give my email out on here. If you are on Discord, you can hit me up on Discord, d.j. the Metalhead Mercenary, all one word, lowercase, or contact form for one of my Bandcamp pages. So, and they're all listed in my about section on my channel. Pythonism, Eldarion, the Anointing Maelstrom, or Odious Emesis, like one of those four. I have control of those pages. So fill out that contact form and that'll go to my email, and then we can email back and forth. It's just a buffer protection. OPSEC, you know. Because you're so immoral. Practical Rifleman, you're a good dude. Warner Miniman, that's awesome. Thanks, boss. Maybe interested in a custom song come fall. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, absolutely. And I can make it, you know, I can do a variety of genres and styles. I can make it more folk or tribal. I can do more metal, you know, in various styles, whatever, you know. So I do those on commission. So absolutely. Happily hook you up, man. Practical Rifleman, thing you keep getting copyright strikes for stuff that is supposed to be copyright free. Yeah. That's a problem. Even if some of it is in like the YouTube original sound library, if there's a secondary digital media rights management and protection group, you know, monitoring that, you can't use it. You will get copyright struck. So you either have to go to some outside sources to get original sound that is either free to download or you have to pay for, or you commission somebody to make you music. Really, you know. There's a lot of stuff on Bandcamp that ends up being free if you cross-reference and it's not on Spotify or iTunes or anything. And if you just ask the band or artist or whoever for permission, usually they're going to give it to you to some extent. Or, you know, you make a little donation to them or whatever, you know. You know, a little something, little give and take, and that's okay, you know. So... Stuart left Discord because you were moral. It's all right, man. Hey, like I said, go to Bandcamp. Go to like my Pythonism, and it's listed in the about section on my YouTube channel here. Pythonism Bandcamp page. There's a contact form that you can. There's a contact thing. You just click that contact, and you just fill out that form, and it'll go right to my email, and then we can email back and forth. Too easy. Shondo, good to go. Be in touch, bro. Hey, hell yeah, man. Thanks for tuning in. Glad to see you again. Well, not like see you, but you know what I mean. Good to talk to you again, man. I'm glad you're all right and doing well. So take her easy, man. And that goes for graphic design too, for anyone, you know, graphic design stuff. I have a Fiverr account for graphic design stuff. So business logos, tactical patches, band logos, album artwork, like that kind of stuff. I am on Fiverr for that as well. Not music stuff though. That's more so like through contact form on Bandcamp or word of mouth, whatever, you know, kind of thing. So, but yeah, that's pretty much how I do that. But yeah, I do a lot of that stuff. So I like the graphic design commission work too. You know, I like doing that stuff. I've done a couple of business logos to include Jared to Alpha Solutions, done his. My cousin's Risk and Crisis Response Company, I did his logo and like letterheads and stuff. I do a bunch of band logos and album artwork and stuff, whether it's a digital or traditional or whatever. Like I do a lot of that. I really like doing that stuff too. And all that. So, but that'll about round it off here, actually. So, hitting the 2-hour mark here. So, I'm gonna call it. Go eat some supper, and I guess Josh Munder Frontiersman's doing a live here in a bit, so I'll probably jump in on that too, maybe. But yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in and having such great topics of discussion and questions to ask. Really appreciate all of them. This was fun. I enjoy interacting and talking with everyone in the chat and stuff. And then, yeah, it's just good stuff. So keep your eyes out for when I do hit the subscriber mark and that giveaway gets announced for that video, and whatever else is coming down the pipeline, because there's always something new coming. So have a good one, folks. Yeah, good seeing you too, bro. And yeah, more stuff coming soon. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll call it here. So as always, stay adaptive and stay lethal, and metal up. Out.